Welcome to the Planet Social Power Women series. We are with Seema Nanda, who's got spa and salon services to your doorstep with her brand, The Nomadic Salon. Hi Seema.
Hi Nora, thank you so much.
How did the idea come up?
Well, actually, as a child, my mother was into this trade, and as a child, I basically learned everything overlooking her shoulders. And I decided to pursue, professional education in this. And then, whilst I was really certified and working with different hotels, I realized that there were a lot of people who wanted professional services at home. They basically wanted the same therapists or somebody to come and give at home, because mostly what happens is there are people who say, they come home, they carry bags, they have, creams probably which are not up to the mark, or, they could not be basically trained very well. So I wanted to give a professional touch to this service. And so what I did was, it was very difficult initially, but then I roped in a lot of therapists who were willing to, basically give services to clients at home. We got a tremendous response in that, and we catered to a lot of elderly people, we catered to a lot of corporate people, so yeah, we've got a very good response with the Nomadic Salon.
So Seema, tell us, how are you different from your competition?
Nora, we started 2 years back, and when we started, there were very few companies which were into this kind of a trade. And we noticed, once an idea is there, so there are a lot of people who ponder on the idea. But we stuck to our guns, and we stuck to our business model where we had all the, employees under our banner, so that, we could supervise their trainings, we could supervise their, products that they carry. Everything is dispatched from the company. So Nomadic is answerable to the client whenever there's something that goes wrong, say in terms of service or any complaint. So the way I find, Nomadic having a niche over other competitors, is that we do not have outsourced staff. We have staff on our rolls, and we make sure that, we really believe that training is the backbone of our service industry, especially the beauty industry. And we make sure that the girls are constantly trained in, be it spa therapies or, be it any salon rituals. We make sure that the training is very well imparted, and disposable products, as we promise, reach the clients. So that way very different, because we're not outsourced. Outsourced companies who have their business models within outsourced people basically have a problem with controlling the quality of service. So we, I think, have an edge over that.
Yeah. One of the challenges that women entrepreneurs face is to maintain a work-life balance. How do you do that?
I absolutely agree, Nora. I think I've been very smart in this. And when we started, I involved my whole family in this.
Right.
So basically, they understand the kind of hardships one goes through, when we're setting up. So right from my husband to my children, they're all my marketing, interns. My kids are my interns, so they know basically that it's a 24-hour job. There are times that they crib, but then, it's easy if you involve family into all your hardships and your challenges. So there is a very less scope to complain.
So what tips would you like to give to women entrepreneurs?
Tips, when the way I started, I thought, the more I research and the more I, ponder whether it's going to be a successful thing or not, I really thought, let me go the Japanese way. I thought, let me take a plunge and then learn how to swim. And trust me, girls, there is no way that you cannot solve a problem. There is a way to solve any problem. If you're passionate about something, just take the plunge and figure out how to solve the problems that come in the way. So I think, generally this is the way I sail through.
So Seema, what is your idea of success?
Wow, this question is basically very, very different for many people and at different ages. I think when I'm 20, or whatever things for me, what success at 20 is definitely different when I'm at 30. Primarily, I feel success is being courageous. Every day striving to get that little courage to do the things that you really want to do. And also, instead of basically being of value to something is success for me. If I'm valuable to my staff, if I'm valuable to my clients, if I'm adding value to anybody's life, I think that's success for me. That's what I look at, because nothing can quantify it. no amount of money or no amount of, happiness. I mean, it's basically what value you add is success according to me.